everybody. Happy Thursday. I know I'm a day late for Wisdom Wednesday, but guess what? I still made it. And guess what? I even went and got a new phone yesterday, y'all. So I can't wait to crack that bad boy open. But anyway, here we are. My allergies is messing up, so if I go, I'm fine. Promise y'all, I'm fine. But anyway, so today, I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about today. But I think I have an idea what I want to talk about, but I don't know. We're gonna see where this thing goes. So y'all know I love the scripture. The plans that I have for you are of good and not disaster. Depending on what version you read. Some versions say the plans that I have for you are of good and not disaster. Some versions say the plans that I have for you are to live a rich and prosperous life. Right? So I love that scripture. If you go back to any of my videos, I probably say it like once an episode because that is my go-to, because God has the plan. He has the plan. But what he reminded me the other day is that, yes, I have the plan. Just like you plan to go on a trip. You say you planning to go to Miami, you planning to go to Virginia Beach. Like, you plan to go somewhere. So God has planned something for your life, but you have to be willing to follow the directions to get to the planned destination. And that is where we messed up. God has this great plan for us, but we fail to follow the direction that he is actually giving us to get to that destination. And then when we don't make it to the destination, we like, okay, he said he got plans for me that are good and not disaster, but we're not following the directions that he's given us. See, in order for us to go somewhere that we have never been, you have to have the destination. You have to have the directions to get there. If you've never been to Nashville, you're going to follow the directions on the GPS in order for you to get to your planned destination. That is the key. Your obedience is going to be key to get to this place that God has already prepared for you. God has prepared a place for you to have a rich and prosperous life, but it's going to require you to listen. It's going to require you to walk in the direction that he is providing for you. See, he has an angel that's already covered you and that is leading you to the place that he has already prepared for you. But are you willing to go ahead to listen to the direction that he is giving you for you to get to this prepared place, for you to get to this place where there is no lack, where there is no sickness, where there is no disease, there is no poverty, there is no sadness, there is no depression, because the place that he's prepared for you is in his presence, and in his presence there's a fullness of joy. When you remain in the presence of God, there is a fullness of joy, and he is trying to get you to this place where you remain in his presence at all times so that those things don't come up against you. See, God, he doesn't want you to always be living in a dark place, even though sometimes the dark place is to allow you to mature, allow you to grow, allow you to be enlarged. But you have to be willing to listen to him and know that even in my dark place, I still have peace that surpasses all understanding, because where he is taking me and where he is carrying me is going to work together for my good. And when it works together for my good, I end up going to the planned destination that he has already prepared. I'm already going to walk into that planned place that is of good and not disaster, or that's going to make me have a rich and prosperous life. So even though I may be in a dark place, I may be in a sad place, at the end of the day, I'm still at peace with it, because this thing is taking me further than where I could even imagine. He said, I'm going to do what eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. I'm going to do above all that you could even ask or even think. So God is ready to do some things in you, but we're not willing to take the direction that he is ready for us to go. We don't want to go down the dark road. We don't want to go to that hard place. We don't want to go where we may be still just for a second. We want to be on the go, but it's important that we are still at times. Because when you're still at times, it may be a detour that he may try to take you on because there's some trouble ahead. But if we're always on the go and our minds are always on the go because we have not been still to get further direction, then that's a problem. See, how many times have you used a GPS? How many times have you used a GPS and it's an accident in ahead of you, and it says we're rerouting you. And if you don't take the reroute, then you're going to be stuck for a little while. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck because you were not paying attention and did not have an ear to hear to take the detour that he's trying to give you. So you have to be willing to listen to the directions that God is trying to provide you so that you can avoid hiccups, so that you can avoid, and sometimes it's taking you down a road that you don't know. It's taking you down a place that you've never been. But when you are in the presence of God and when you are literally trusting God, you better believe that at the end of the day, it's all tying into the place that he is trying to carry you to. You have to be willing to be obedient in this season in your life. You have to be willing to be obedient. You have to be willing to hear what he is trying to tell you. Especially if you are a business owner, baby, you have to be willing to have an ear to hear God. You have to hear him, because guess what? At the end of the day, this is a vision that he has given you, that he has placed on the inside of you. And because he has placed it on the inside of you, he has all the nooks and crannies. He has all the details. He has all the specifics that you need in order for you to be successful in this thing. He has already put everything you need to be successful already down on the inside of you, but you have to be willing to trust the God that is already inside of you. You have to be willing to trust the spirit that he has downloaded on the inside of you for you to go forth. You can't do this thing your way. You can't do this thing society's way. You can't do this thing your friend's way. You have to do this thing God's way, because God's way is not going to fail. Even when it gets hard, even when it looks like your back is up against the wall, God's way is not going to fail. See, when you're a business owner or whatever it is that you do, and God is using you as a role model, sometimes you got to go through things that other people have not been through, because you're going to be the one that is connected to other people and be able to bring them out. See, there's a lot of things that I go through in my boutique that I do not like. There's a lot of things that I be like, God, why is this not working? Why is that not working? I just want to quit. But guess what? I can't help anybody else if this thing is always perfect. How can I give somebody else coaching? How can I help somebody keep their faith if I've never been in a faith fight in my business? If I've never been in a faith fight in my marriage? If I've never been in a faith fight with raising my children? How in the world can I help somebody that is going through something if I have never been through a faith fight in whatever it is that I am doing or whatever it is that God has called me to? See, you have to know that when you are a leader and you're meant to lead people, you're going to go through some things that nobody else experienced, because you got to be able to use your testimony in order to pull other people up. You can't connect with those that are aspiring boutique owners. You can't aspiring entrepreneurs, aspiring husbands, aspiring wives, aspiring parents, whatever it is. How in the world are you going to help them when things get hard if you've never been through nothing hard? If everything is peaches and cream, how in the world are you going to help somebody and tell them to keep going when those hiccups come, when those trials come, when those tests come, if you have never been through it? You have to realize that everything that you go through is not just for you, but it's for those that are connected to you. See, when Noah was building the ark, and we done talked about the story like several times, when Noah was building the ark, he wasn't building the ark for just him, but he was building the ark so that he can save his family. He was building the ark so that he could save those animals so that they can go live in the promised land, and that way they could be fruitful and go multiply. It was not just for him. It wasn't just for Noah to go through those storms in order for him to be elevated. It wasn't just for him to enter into that promised land in order for him to live his best life. No, everybody that was connected to him, at that moment, he had no idea that he was going to be fruitful and multiply the earth. He had no idea. He was just being obedient onto what God told him to do, build the ark. And once he began to build the ark, you know, God started revealing different things. You know, go get 2 of this animal. Make sure you go get your wife and your children and their wives. Like he told him exactly what he needed to do along the way. But the very first instruction he followed, and then he got the other instructions. Just like your GPS. And your GPS is giving you one direction at a time. Unless you actually click on it and then scroll up all the direction, it still gives you one direction at a time. It's only so much you're going to see in that screen before you start scrolling up. God is giving you a scope of what he needs you to do for that moment. Because even when you're driving and you're not touching the GPS, he's not giving you 50 different instructions at a time. He's giving you one. You make this right. Okay, then you make that right. Then you make that left. Then you continue on this road for 60 miles. He's giving you one instruction at a time as you need it. You don't need all of them up front. You really don't, because are you going to remember it? Are you going to remember it? No, you're not. Are you going to like some of the places that you're about to go through? Because if God showed you the things that you had to go through to get to your promised land, you probably wouldn't go. So he has to give you one direction at a time. And as he's giving you one direction at a time, he's building your strength. He's building your confidence in him. He's building up your faith. So that way, when you get to that place that you really think that you wouldn't have made it if you had seen it at the beginning, your faith and your confidence and your strength is already built up where you know, I'm going to make it. Baby, I'm going to make it. I done made it this far. I ain't turning back around. Okay, y'all. I had to come back because why did my phone run out of storage? In the middle of recording, the stupid phone runs out of storage. So I think I know where I left off. I'm now on the podcast. If y'all hear me repeat something, it's only because the YouTube is the one that cut off. So it is what it is at this point. But we're not turning back around. At the end of the day, we're not turning back around. We done traveled 3-4 hours. We only got an hour and a half to go in our destination. There's no way in the world we made it this far just to turn back around and go back to where we came from. We're just not doing that. We're not doing that. See, you have a goal. You have a goal. You have this place in which you're going. You have this place that God has already prepared for you. This bad boy is laid out with the best. And we are not going back to where we came from. We're not doing that. Because if you were comfortable and you loved that place where you were, you would have stayed. But because you have a little bit of drive and because you want more and because you want better, you are willing to take that leap of faith. And because you took that leap of faith, you're going to go ahead and pursue this thing. And you're going to pursue it to the full effect. What's the scripture? What God has began in you, he's going to perfect it until Jesus Christ comes. God is not just going to start something in you and leave you to figure it out on your own. Absolutely, he's not going to do that. But what he is going to do is perfect that thing until the end of time. So while he's steady working on that thing, he's steady building you up, you're going to continue to walk in this calling and walk in this vision that he is already giving you. That is your job. You're going to walk in obedience. You are going to walk in the direction that God has given you. And yes, you may cry along the way. You may scream along the way. You may yell along the way. You may throw a temper tantrum on the way. But at the end of the day, you're not quitting. You're not giving up. You're going to continue to walk this walk. It's hard. I ain't even gonna lie. It's hard. But I'm not doing this thing for me. I'm doing it for everybody that is connected to me. And I am doing it so that my ways and my words are pleasing unto God. I have to do it so that I am pleasing unto him, and so that everything that is connected to me and everybody that is connected to me will be able to win too. They are going to be able to win because God seen me as his willing vessel to be used. And because you are being obedient, because you are a willing vessel to be used for God to get the glory out of everything in your life, you better believe he's going to reward you. He is. So don't let that hard thing stop you. Don't let that difficult thing stop you. Don't let that test stop you. Don't let that trial stop you. Don't let those people stop you. Who cares what the naysayers say? Don't let what people have to say stop you from going to get what God has for you. Don't you let them stop you. Do not let nobody get in the way of what God has called you to do. Don't let nobody get in the way. Don't let nothing get in the way, because it's a prize at the end waiting on you. There's something waiting on you at the end. You cannot see it right now. You have no idea. You can't see this thing right now, but something is waiting on you at the end. Continue to press. You know what I think we talked about that last week. Continue to press. Keep pressing. Keep going. Keep going. Because baby, it's what I told you at the beginning. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. He's going to do exceedingly abundantly above all you could ever ask or think. Your mind cannot fathom around what God is about to do if you keep going. If you continue to be obedient. If you continue to just walk this walk. This place that he's prepared for you, baby, it's going to be nothing compared to what you have been through. Your ladder is going to be greater. Your ladder is going to be greater. You just have to believe it. You have to believe in the vision that God has given you, and you have to execute that thing. And you execute it by continuing to walk in the directions that he provides, and continue to believe in your heart and in your mind that better is yet to come. All right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to trust. We going to trust God. 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 That's what we're going to do. And I am really going to switch over my phone today because I can't believe that thing cut out. All this time. I normally run out of storage, but I don't run out of storage on YouTube. I always be prepared. Clearly today caught me slipping. But that's okay. I'm going to switch over my phone today. Maybe even put some of these pictures and these videos on the computer so I don't ever run out of storage ever again. Hopefully. I hope not. I hope not. Anyway, I enjoyed you guys today. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you tell a friend to keep going, because it's something connected to them, and it's somebody connected to them that needs their testimony, that needs to know that they made it through. So share. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself. Share the podcast. Share the YouTube. Share the video. Share the word. Share it. That's all I'm going to say today. Make sure you shop Shelena's.com. Okay. Make sure you shop Shelena's.com. I'm here until 7 today. And Friday, I'm here till 8 on Friday. Saturday, I'm closed because your girl is going on vacation with her boo. I'm going on vacation with the boo thing, y'all. So Saturday, I'm closed. Sunday, I'm closed. Monday, I'm closed. I'll pop back on that tail on Tuesday. Okay, and then we back for Wisdom Wednesday on Wednesday, y'all. Okay, so pull up today or order online. We got new arrivals dropping tomorrow on Friday. We got new arrivals dropping on Friday. Of course, y'all know y'all can pull up on me. I'll be here from 12 to 8. Shelena's.com. ShelenaS.com. Shelena's.com. Tell a friend. Don't keep that to yourself either. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. To tell a friend, to tell a friend, to support my business. To support my business, y'all. Anyway, I love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the word. I feel like I'm supposed to be saying something else, but I don't know what it is, so I don't know. You might catch you in an email. I don't know. Anyway, bye.